Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris with Kristen's Crafts, and today I am bringing you the Christmas in May. I've had this sitting on my desk for a couple weeks. I'm filming this a little bit early, but we've been busy with baby showers. I've got another one coming up and just other events that it seems like my summer has been filling up very quickly. And these little guys have started, Little League Baseball has their season started up, so my days are kind of numbered. So anyway, thought I'd get on here today, do a real-time video for you guys, chat a little bit. Later today, I'm going to get going for the Build a Page series and get that going as well. I have fingers crossed it's all going to come out. I think that starts before this one will actually come out, but yeah. So what I've pulled out is some items from 49th and Market, and I believe I have some of the Vicki Boutin as well. I have in here the 49th and 49 and Market Artopia Holiday Wishes. I have 3 photos. There's this one of my daughter-in-law with my 2 grandkids. This is from 2 Christmases ago. And then this is actually the 3rd grandson. And she and my son get them tickets to go to a monster truck event every summer. And so she gave them Hot Wheel cars along with the tickets to the Hot Wheel monster truck activity that they go to. So this is just pictures of them opening their gift from Kevin and Emily. I have here the Artopia chipboard pieces. There's some tags and other items in here. I also have the rub-ons, which I found when I did another video. My one rub-ons, I want to say from Spectrum Sherbert or one of those, they're starting to get a little iffy, so I really want to try and use my rub-ons before they go bad. I did have the 6x8 paper pack. I don't know if we'll get in there and do that. And then what I also have is I bought from the designer for this collection. I forget what her name is. Let me see if it has it on here. I want to say it's like Katie something. Katie Petite, I believe her name is. Anyway, she has her own website where she will actually sell the digital collections. So I went on to her website and I did pick up the Holiday Wishes and I think maybe another one. So I have in here some of the digital collections. So these were just printed using my wide format printer. I believe this is another one. If I can look at her collection, it probably will show on here. Yeah, so this is one of them. I believe this is either from her collection or it's from Vicki Boutin. This here is actually a piece of the cardstock. This is Vintage Artistry Peace and Joy, North Pole. And I don't know who the designer of this one is, but I pulled it out for this side. I really liked this music note and how it has a little bit of distressing on there. I also have this large rub-on transfer sheet. So my thinking is to go and use maybe this big wreath and cut out some of these pieces to use as part of the background. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do one photo of just Emily with Dylan and Preston, or if I'm going to do the multiple. I'm leaning towards just the one, and I can do a companion page that has the other. In addition to that, I did pull out all these other papers, but I don't think that I'm going to use them. I think I'm just going to set them to the side for right now and concentrate on the ones that I already had in my brain. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the embellishments to the side for now, so they're not in our way. And we'll just go ahead and start with this piece of paper here. And I'm thinking that I want to go ahead and gut it and then mat it like this with then the wreath on here, and then use the gutted part for matting the photos. So let's start with that and grab the trimmer. I'm also going to need my ATG, so I might as well pull that out. I'm just going to go ahead and grab the branding strip off of it. Yeah, I've had kind of a busy month. I went, the beginning of the month, I had a scrapbook retreat, so I was gone for a week. I still haven't even unpacked from that. And then I also had, last weekend was Mother's Day, and my daughter-in-law's shower from her side of the family. And so I was busy with that. Okay, so now I'm going to take 1/4 inch off of each side for my matting. Actually, I can take a half because it's really not going to affect it too much. Sometimes I'll take it off of each side just so that the design stays more centered. And I'll probably do that with the sides, but I don't think, let's do it. I don't want to take too much of the distressing off the bottom. I want it to be kind of equal. And whereas this side has more of the distressing and this side has more of the music note, I'm just going to take an equal amount off. Same with, I want that distressing to be centered. So by taking 1/4 inch off of each side, it allows the design to still be centered. Sometimes if you have a solid piece of paper or one that has a repeating pattern, you can get away with just taking 1/2 inch off. But with this one here, I know that I'm going to need to even it out so that it, the way it appears will still, although it's shrunk in now, it will still have the same appearance it had when the designer made it. And then here I'm just going to go in and take, like a 1 inch. So I'm just going to come in 1 inch and gut down to the 11 inch mark, rotate it, and I'm just lining it up on this 1 inch line here. And now I'm going from the 11 inch back up to the 1 inch, which is on the ruler. Turning it, and you just do this all 4 sides. Again, lining it up on the 1 inch, coming down from the 1 to the 11. One last turn. Line it up. And from the 11 to the 1. And now you have a 1 inch frame going around. And because we cut 1/4 inch off, that takes 1/2 inch off each side. That's going to leave 1/2 inch around the outside. And like so. I just want to see if there's an up or down. I think this is the right way. So then what I usually do is I put my adhesive here on the outside edge of this paper, so that way I know I'm within the guidelines of the frame. Now, some people like Sarah Scraps, she'll use the tear apart tape, and she'll only remove the tape on one end, and then she'll lay hers down. I found that this works just fine, and I don't get too wonky about it if it's not perfect. Sorry about that. I had a sneeze. I swear I turned this camera on and I sneeze. All right, so then what I'm going to do is, now that I have the directions the way I want it, now I just kind of eyeball it so it's hovering over the top, and I have the same gap on all sides, and then I go to hear it down. Now, I didn't like the angle of that, and so before I truly pressed, I did stop. Oh, it's down. So we're just going to leave it, go with it, and let it go. Right here, it's just a little bit more in. I would have preferred it over a little, but at some point you just have to say it's good enough and not worry about it. All right, so I think I'm going to start with the rub-on kind of. I'm going to cut that out, and then we'll kind of, with the backing on it, we'll try and lay it out and see where we want it to go. This is just a really cool art piece here. All right, so scissors. So anyways, where was I? So yeah, last weekend we had her family shower, and then followed by Mother's Day, which I had a wonderful day. It was a full day. We had the kids. I got together with my parents, and I had seen my daughter the day before. So I saw my parents, and while I was there, Kevin and Emily had stopped by to give a gift to the grandparents, grandma. And then we went, my two sisters and their spouses showed up while I was at my parents, and had a lovely day with them. And then in the evening, Kevin and Emily invited us over to their house where my other son showed up, and then we grilled out, which was lovely, and they got to show some remodeling they've done in their house and the updates to the baby's room now that some of the gifts and things are now getting put into the room. So it was nice seeing that. Now this has the Merry Christmas in the center, and I kind of like that because even though this is Christmas Eve. So my thinking is to maybe kind of put this here, and then I can go like to the side here with that, and then build around that. And I hate that I'm going to be covering up part of this. I could actually cut. Why don't we do that? I'm going to cut. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Sharpie, because this is just the covering plastic. So if I'm writing on it, it won't matter because it's not going to stay on the layout. So I'm thinking I want like right there. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Sharpie, and I'm just running it along the picture edge without getting it on the picture. And now I know where I can cut. And then that gives me a little bit of the floral that I can put somewhere else on the layout. So I'm just going to follow my line with a Sharpie, because there's no sense going and putting it down and then, you know, wasting all that beautiful rub on. I may spend a lot of money and have a very large stash, but I'm frugal when it comes to using this stuff. Weird, I know. And it's not a hoarding thing, it's more of a frugal thing, because I look at it and think, well, I could use that, and why waste it? It's too pretty. And I do, you know, it may take me a year or two, but I do eventually get to where the things are used. And like I said, now this gives me the opportunity to, whether I use it on this layout or maybe I make a companion page, you know, or I can even go and put it on the other side coming out, which I kind of like that. And it just adds to the floral, even though it's not with the wreath part of it. I kind of like it. All right, so let's start with the first wreath, and I'm going to leave the Merry Christmas in there as well. And I'm going to take a pencil and just very lightly mark where I'm going to put that once I have the backing peeled off, since I have it kind of where I want it. Yeah, so we went to their house and the boys grilled out. They have become the expert grill masters. And so we had that, and then, yep, okay. Yeah, and so after we got done, we stayed there for a few hours, and then work has just been work and busy and kind of that crazy thing. My husband works for a university, and they had their graduation on Mother's Day, so the week leading up to it and the week after is a busy time for them because they're busy setting up and getting the college ready for all the visitors and the ceremony, and then they have to break it all down. So it was just a busy weekend, but then during the week it was kind of like you were recovering. So, and today we were actually supposed to meet some friends for lunch, and so I thought it was going to be another busy weekend, and one of the people that we meet up with every few months had a family member pass away, and so sadly they have to go to a funeral, but that gave me today to get in my room and maybe get my scrapbooking things from my retreat put away, and to get in here and play and get my room kind of semi-clean because it's feeling a little dusty and cluttered and just needs some TLC. Now this is a really big rub-on. So what I'm going to do is just kind of slowly go from one corner and then kind of peel it and peek. And then when I think it's down, then I'll go and peel and peek a little more until I have the whole thing off. So, it's a little time consuming, a little fussy, but the results in the end are so worth it. These are so beautiful. I just wish they had a longer shelf life, because you hate spending the money and then having them not work long term. So if you have them in your stash, truly get them out and start using them and get them on layouts, because I'd rather have them decorate a layout than be put into the garbage down the road because I didn't get them on a layout quick enough. So how many of you guys are in love with 49th and Market like I am? I just think this Katie Parade or Petite or whatever her name is, she is just knocking it out of the park. It just is one of those collections that I can't get enough of. Yeah, see, I can even tell with this rub-on, when you first get them, they come off like butter. They really just easily remove from the backing. But the older they get, I think they adhere to that backing, and it's almost like they dry out. And then they don't want to separate from the backing paper and adhere to your layouts. And these are getting to where they're to the point where they need to start getting used up, or you're going to lose them. So hopefully everybody's spring is going well. We're starting to get warmer weather here. You can't tell with my sweatshirt on today. We're starting out 49 degrees Fahrenheit this morning, so it's a little chilly, but it's supposed to be up to the 80s today. I'm not sure what that is in Celsius. So that's the other thing. It's been, it's like, do I want to stay inside and scrapbook, or do I want to go outside and enjoy now that the weather's kind of changing? I've got to find my happy medium. Sorry, I'm kind of covering up part of this, but I'm wanting to keep my thumb underneath it to try and keep it from laying back down and re-sticking. I'm just slowly peeling it, and then I can see where sections are that didn't adhere. I just go back and put a little more muscle behind it. And as long as you go slow, those little pieces will all adhere, and you can't tell that it didn't come up with the original design, that it broke off a little. Like right here, this M, the top part is broke off. So now I just go back, put a little bit more oomph behind it, and now the M is sticking. And I'm just kind of rolling it off. And here I've got a couple little bubbles that didn't adhere, or paint splatters, whatever they are. So now I'm going back, and now they're adhered down. And this little leaf didn't stick. Give that a little more oomph. And this little leaf section. This is such a cool rub-on. Like I said, this is, I want to say her collection, not from, I don't know if it was this Christmas or last Christmas. So even though these are recently purchased within the last 6 months, I think because they may have sat in the warehouse, they're just getting to the end where they need to start getting on layouts. So I may need to do a little Christmas 49th and Market push with all my rub-ons. And voila, all of it's off. It just took a little bit more time and effort. And I am going to use some more of this stuff. I think I want the cardinal on there. But let's go ahead first and matte the photo, and then we'll get the other half of, oops, sorry, get the other half of this put on here. So 1 second, I'll go ahead and matte this. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of a red. It just needs a little pop. Put that to the side so I don't ruin it. Awesome. Now let's figure out where we're going to put the other piece. So I know I need to cover up this line here. So the photo's going to basically go in just a little bit so that you can't tell it was cut. And then that's going to allow me to tuck this one in underneath a little bit, like right there. So let me peel the backing. And then I'm just going to kind of try and slide it under. You just got to not let it touch the paper, because although it's not coming off the backing great, it's still sticky enough that, like right now, if you look, it's not coming off. So once it's on there, you're kind of committed to where it goes. So you kind of want to take it slow before you actually adhere it down. Oh, I had a bubble in there. And I'm just going to do a once over as much as I can on the whole design, and then I'll go back and repeat what I did on the bigger one. And then, like I said, I think I'm going to put the cardinal on. We'll see how it looks. with the picture down. Okay, let's try and grab a little corner. This one's doing a little bit better. I think I did a little bit better. Oh, here's a couple. Almost got to the end. There we go. Yay. All right, and then our picture will just go right here. And let's go ahead and pop it up on some fun foam. And this is actually some unfun foam, but that's okay. And for those that don't know, Sandy Reversky, who is State Goddess, she calls the fun foam that doesn't have adhesive on one side the unfun foam. And this is a little bit thinner, but that's okay. And then what I think I'm going to do is use my tear tape, because this sticks just a little bit better to the foam than the ATG, trying to roll the ATG on. All right. And there we go. All right. Now let's see what we can do with the cardinal. So let's cut this off here. I think it would look, if I have it come over to the top here, I think it will look okay. So I'm just going to cut this away. And so if I put it like here, I kind of like that. So let's take the backing off. And again, just try and slide it down to where it fits in. Like so. And sorry, I'm going to turn this upside down so I can rub it. And we'll just start with the tail at the one end.
What are you doing?
Sorry if you heard that. My husband just came home. I was trying to film real quick while he was gone. So I may have to close the door. He now knows I'm filming. So hopefully he'll keep the noise level down. Like I said, this was a Saturday and he had gone off to help some friends fix a dryer. So I thought I had a little bit more time. Let's go ahead and add that in. This needs a little more help. One of the leaves didn't come off. All right, so we got a little bit of mess here. All right, let's push this down with my finger. And looks like this. Hang on, I gotta see if I can line it up. If not, I might just leave it. Because the nice thing about this 49th and Market, it's a distressed look. So even though I pull it up with some of it not coming off, I think there were parts that would have been underneath. Yeah, I think I'm good. So I'm just gonna dispose of this little piece here and not worry about it. All right, so we have that. Get rid of these. Now, is there anything else that I can add? Maybe towards the bottom here. And I'm thinking maybe this holly leaf. Okay, I'm thinking I like there. Where I'm going to have to be careful is where I'm overlapping the rub-ons, and I don't know if that's part of what I had a problem with up above. So we're just going to try and be very careful when we're peeling that up, that it all adheres down and I don't take off all the layers. The other thing I got to worry about is here I'm crossing layers of paper. So it may not like where this frame is. So I'll have to go slow when I'm peeling that up as well. All right. And there we go, we got that one. Give this a little more boost. And then, like I said, where it's overlapping, just very carefully, and success. All right, I think that's pretty good for the background. Now that's pretty one-dimensional with those rub-ons. I'm going to cut this in half so I can get back in my packaging easier. And we will set that to the side. All right. And I don't think we're going to use the paper because we've already got our background built. And we're not going to use these photos. So what I have here, I got something on my picture. Looks like I got some rub-on in there. So that's going to need to get covered up in this corner here because now I obviously have something on my picture. So I have these little cutouts. I also have some of these Vicki Boutin I don't know, they're not quite the same style. So I think I'm not going to pull the Vicki Boutin in. Let's see what else I have. I have these chipboard pieces. Let's see if there's maybe a frame that I can put on or saying that I can use to cover up. Like I have Merry and Bright. right, let's see. I kind of like the florals, but it's bringing in a little bit more blue than I wanted. Now here's a poinsettia, which I think goes a little bit better. And I think the colors are more in line. And then here is holly, but I don't think I need that. Here's a holly berry. Nope. I'm thinking I just want like the little bit of holly on there that can have the merry and bright. And then we can do maybe this little cluster up here. Yeah, that's not bad. All right, let me go ahead and I'm gonna glue these down. That just covers up that little bit of adhesive that got on the picture. And kind of finishes that off a little bit. I don't want to cover up all of my rub-on, so I'm going to kind of angle it. Oh, that looks good. I think I'm going to have to put a foam dot underneath it here. And I actually have one. Where did I have it? It was stuck to something. Oh, here it is. I had one sitting on my desk that was stuck to something. I'm like, I don't have to drag all the foam dots out. I can just grab that one. There. That levels that off. Now I can do merry and bright. I have ho, ho, ho. I could do holiday wishes. Kind of like pulling in a little more of that green, and that kind of brings more of that brighter green in from up above. We have wonderful life, but I'm kind of leaning towards the green. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. Yeah, it's taking some of the backing off. It's not getting to the sticker part, if it had sticker part, but that's okay. I'll just add my own adhesive. All right, so we have holiday wishes there. Okay, and then I'm going to take this filled with joy, and kind of angle that underneath so you can see the truck. And then we'll grab, I have another poinsettia? No. So we'll grab the floral. And we are going to pull that up just a little. Oops. I am just making tons of noise today. And I have it so it's tucked under like that. And we'll grab this. And we'll grab this glove, this, and I'm going to pull this backing off of this one too and just add my own adhesive. I may go back and add a little wet adhesive when this is done. So love this. Okay, so I think I'm good on the little chipboard pieces. Now I have these little washi, this roll of washi that looks like postage stamps. Let's see if we can find some that are good. Oh, I like the little deer that says peace on earth and believe and more joy. So let's tear a couple of these. So I think I want to go with the more joy. And we can tuck this in like behind the floral. No, needs it down. Down more. There, I like that better. And then we can do the believe, and I think I'm going to use my scissors to cut this. Like that. Do we want to go with the one here? Like that. I don't know if this one's going to make it. I think I'm forcing it. Yeah, you know what? This is just forcing it. And I'm happy with how it's looking right now. So I think the only thing I would want now, let's put some Heidi Swap Color Shine on it. Let's get a little gold in here. Sometimes just leaving it simple. I mean, the pattern and the rub-ons are so beautiful that you don't need to put all the things on there for it to be a pretty page. think we're going to call this one done. So I want to thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Oh no, I have right on her eyeball. Gotta get that off. Hang on. We can't have Heidi Swap color shine right on my daughter-in-law's eye. If I have to, I can reprint the picture. But let's see if we can get it off. If it had fallen anywhere else on the photo, I wouldn't care. But right smack dab in the center of her eyeball, I don't think we want that. All right, I think I'm going to have to reprint, but that's okay. We'll wait and see how it dries, and if it doesn't dry good, if there looks like there's a smudge on the picture from using a wet wipe, we will just go ahead and put a new one on there. All right, everybody, thanks so much for stopping by and checking out my video, and we will be back again. I'll be working on my Build-A-Page. Hopefully I can get all of them up this month without any issues. Make sure you check out everyone who is playing along this month for the 25th of December, or I'm sorry, the 25th of May. And we will see you again on my channel real soon. Have a great day. Bye.